Oh. Hello, guys. Welcome in. He said, I'm here. I just don't have a good enough signal. So Crazy Ed is in the chat, but he doesn't have signal yet. Okay, let me say hi to those who are here. Welcome, Free Handling Maid. Welcome, Crazy Ed, to your own live. Welcome, Cosmic Cultivators. Welcome, Frugal Farmer Channel. Awesome. So, do we need to put this off for a little bit, Ed? Start back up in half an hour or an hour? Hello, Joe, Garden State Gardener. Hello, Mary Ranch and Wild Cooking. Hello, Farm and HVAC. Ed's having a little trouble with the signal because it just happens to be, where he's at right now. Hello, Red Road Homestead. Are you going to do the live on your phone, Ed, or on your laptop? I have a pretty good amount of questions for him. Hello, Lisa, Yogi Hollow Farm. How are you? I have a pretty good amount of questions for Ed, but if you guys have any, please put them in the chat. Hello, Modest Moon Gazer. Hello. Can you hear me?
Crap. I don't know how good of a signal I'm going to get. I'm in San Diego. I'm on my phone.
California.
Trying to get up. Yeah. And I had great signal before I pulled in here to this truck stop to scan my paperwork.
Well,
so we're working on it, trying to find a higher elevation.
In 2 minutes, there's already 14 people in the chat, so they came to see you, Ed. That's not bad for 2 minutes. Hello, what is she up to now? How are you? Hello, Lynette, Coffee Angel Crafts. How are you?
I'm going up a hill. At least I'm trying to get up a hill. See, big hill.
Big hill. Look at that awesome t-shirt Crazy Ed has on. Isn't that an awesome t-shirt?
No, it's not.
Yeah, okay. Dude.
We're up higher. All right, we're up higher. As you can tell.
Work?
Oh, it's better than nothing.
Okay.
I'll stay on as long as I can.
You want to go ahead and get started just because since you're having signal issues, we can go ahead and start. I'm going to start with I'm going to start with one section and we're going to go into another section. We are going to talk about possible trucker strike, but I'm going to ask him a few other questions before we get to that. Hello, Dan Homestead. Hello, Country Papa Jim, which I think is Country Mama Musing's husband. I'm not sure, but I think. What state were you born in, Ed?
Unfortunately, California.
California? My husband was born in California, too. Hello, Three Basket Living. How are you?
That's what's wrong with him.
How? He's a military brat, though, so he lived everywhere.
Right.
Do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have 4 brothers.
Are they all living?
All that I know is 2 of them are. One I know for definitely is not. He passed away when I was 19 years old.
Uh-huh.
And one of them, I don't know where he's at.
Yeah. It's one of those questions I had never, ever got around to asking you. And I was like, I don't even know if he has brothers and sisters. Hello, Lazy C Homestead. Hello, Country Mama Musings. Hello, LG Homestead. Hello, Lazy Days Ahead. Welcome in, all you guys. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. The chat's
hello,
kind of moving
LG.
pretty quickly.
I'm just going to say it now. Hello, everybody in the chat.
Hello, everyone. We love you. We love you. Lazy C Homestead. I haven't seen you in a while. I saw you, though, earlier in LG Homestead's live. So, what branch of the military were you in, Ed?
The Navy.
The Navy? And how
Yes.
long were you in?
4 years.
And what
And then I
job
got a
did
medical.
you discharge
I
at?
was actually going just to be a firefighter in there.
Firefighter? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh. There you go. I learned something new.
Yeah.
I know this is kind of a personal question, but I've never asked you, and I want to know the answer. So, Ed, do you have any kids?
I have 3.
I did
I
not
have
know that.
2 girls and 1 boy,
Two
and they're
girls
all
and one
old.
boy. Yeah.
And they're more expensive. The older they get, the more expensive they get.
Huh. Yeah. Well, I could see that. I could see that. What state is the majority of most of your family in?
Texas.
Texas.
Yep. I have both my middle child and my youngest child live in Texas. My oldest still lives in upstate New York.
Hello, my Aussie Gardening Kitchen. Hello, Daz.
Hey, Daz. Yogi Hala.
What other jobs have you had besides truck driving?
Construction work. Building homes, building truck stops. That's about it.
That's cool.
I built truck stops and houses and ran my own remodeling business in Georgia up until 2007. And then I became a truck driver.
What is the first thing you want to do on your new homestead?
Get it cleared.
Get it cleared. Well, that goes along with Jan's question. Simply Jan Homestead had a question for you.
What?
Her question was, what are you going to use to clear your land? And her joke was, LOL, tweezers? Sorry.
Crazy sister of mine. No, I've actually, thanks to Micro Farmer and a few other people, I'm actually getting a weed eater that actually has a metal blade attachment to it to cut down the shrubs and the grass and all that, and my chainsaw.
Hello, Mary Ranch. I was actually on the live where that happened. So when she asked that question, I wrote it down so other people could hear if they happened to not be in that live. But I actually knew the answer. But I couldn't think of what it was called. The thing that
Weed eater.
Yeah, like a heavy duty weed eater, right?
Yes, and it'll have a metal blade to it. I can actually get a blade for it that's like a chainsaw, but I have a chainsaw and I'm gonna go through it and hopefully do the best I can with it and get it cleared within a week of where I'm gonna clear an area so I can put my trailer there, and
if you were closer, we would go help you.
I know I've actually have a few people that are like literally 350 yards away from me said they would help me if I want them to.
Yeah, and I'm sure he'd be down with that. How long, and I know the answer to this question, I'm asking for other people to know the answer. How long have you had your YouTube channel?
A little over a year and a couple months.
Yeah.
I started August 1st of 2020.
And you guys are welcome to put questions in the chat. Okay. How many hours a day are you allowed to drive before you have to park your truck?
Okay. You have to take a 30-minute break within the first 8 hours of driving. Then you can finish out your day. So you have 11 hours that you can drive in a 14-hour day. And then you got to stop and take a 10-hour break.
After your 16 hours? Is that what you said?
Well, no, it's okay. Let's say like today, I drove 250 miles, made my delivery, but I had to work for 5 hours, helping unload it or whatever. Then I count that time off my drive time. It's complicated.
Yeah.
You can drive 11 hours in a 14-hour day. Right. You can work 14 hours in a day, but you can only drive 11. So if I drove 11 hours straight and went on duty, from driving to on duty, I can work a few more hours and it'd be legal.
Hello, two old people on a couch. Welcome to the live. Have you seen less trucks on the road lately, like in the past few months?
A little, not very.
Trucks.
Not really a big. I can tell because this is what I do for a living, and I've been out here for almost 15 years. But you see some of them parking, like the owner-operators are parking their trucks. So, yeah, I mean, you see a little decline in trucks, but not many yet. Hold on. It will get worse.
Yeah, I got more questions about this, but
okay.
I threw in this one on the side. I wrote this one in. I thought of this one at the last minute. Do you have any friends recently that have stopped truck driving?
No.
Anybody in the industry? Okay.
No.
Do you think that the truckers will come together and protest?
Yes, 100%.
And why do you think they're going to protest?
Well, for one, it has to do with quite a few different things. The pay really is not good at all. The government is putting so many restrictions on us that we just can't do it. And then people want, their freight from, say, like I'm getting ready to go from San Diego to California. Well, they want me there, pick up tomorrow morning. They want me there by Thursday morning. It's impossible. For one, I'm oversized, so I got to go by all those restrictions. There's just too many restrictions for us. That's the best way to sum it up. Way too many restrictions. And people are getting tired of it. I know I am. I'm ready to stop this and find a local job and be in Missouri.
Do you think that any of them are quitting because of the jab?
Yes.
Is your company talking about making the jab mandatory?
What it is from what I'm being told, is if the company has over 100 employees, then you have to either get the jab or be tested every 2 weeks. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, there's no way one truck driver out here is going to stop every 2 weeks and get tested. So it's going to come down to it where they're going to make it mandatory, and then that's when I will hand them my CDL and say, You can have it. I'm done.
15 years. Wow. Well, I've seen Bushcraft Family had a video where they talked about, it's one of those where he was showing the clips, and it showed where they were going to the government was going to make it harder at the ports, and the truck drivers were going to have harder time getting through the ports, and so they were going to start getting fined. Have you heard anything about fines for truck drivers for not getting their load there on time?
They actually, if you're an owner operator, they're trying to fine us, but it's normally the companies that get the fines. They're fighting that. They're trying to fight that, because if I pick up in, say, San Diego, where I'm at, and they take 9 hours to load me, well, that puts me 9 hours behind to get to my next destination. There's no way I'm going to make it on time. It's impossible. So yeah, they're trying to do that, but there's a lot of, from what I'm understanding, the federal government is actually getting involved in that to find the shippers or the receivers if they take way too long to load us or unload us. They've been trying to do that for the last 6 years that I know of, and it's not made any headway.
Welcome, Moon Sprouts. There are rumors going around that the government is going to try to take over the ports, and this is going to cause problems for truck drivers.
Try.
They already
try.
Well, we
they
have
already run it
on our shelves in our store. As a matter of fact, our particular Walmart is out of a particular style of green beans that I eat. Literally out.
Well, that's because we have 45 ships sitting out in the ocean waiting to come in to port to unload. But because of this thing that's going on, and it's just putting everything so far behind. And see, to get inside a port to go pick up like a ship port, you actually have to have one of these.
Yeah.
And that's my ugly mug. If you don't have that, you can't get in. That's the problem right now, is a lot of drivers do not or cannot get one of these federal ID cards. And mine's expired because of everything going on.
Yeah.
And you got to make an appointment for freaking everything.
Do they want you to get the jab to get your card renewed? Is that a requirement on that too?
That's what I'm being told. That it's coming down to, you want that card again? Yeah, it costs you $100 for 5 years, but then
it's almost like they're doing this stuff
nice
on
little
purpose.
sharp thing in your arm.
Do you think they're doing it on purpose, trying to not let us get our food, to try to control us with food? I mean, that's kind of the prepper homesteader rumor going around, is that they're trying to get in control of our food and items so that they can control us. I don't know how we're so out of control, but you know.
Okay, how many people do we have in this chat right now?
23.
Okay, all 23 people. This is my opinion and my opinion only. You guys might not like it, but if you guys want to stop hearing about what's going on and stop worrying about if you can take a breath or not, do me a favor. Stop watching TV.
Oh, I
and
don't
your
want
worries
to.
will all go away. Because right now, I'm telling you, if it was as bad as they say it is, why am I out here working? Why am I running a truck from state to state to state? Would I be more at risk than someone, more at risk than someone sitting at home?
Hello, what
the
is
government's trying to control us.
Up to now?
That's all it is. The government is trying to control us.
Yeah, I'm starting to.
That's my opinion, folks, and you guys can be mad at me all you want, but I'm out here on a daily basis, months at a time. I see what's going on.
I feel like it's a crap storm that's going to come down upon us eventually. So, I mean, I think everyone that's out there needs to kind of like prep up on some things that they're going to need for your winter months, because we don't know what's going to happen. Like there were rumors of this last year. Well, what if what happened last year is worse this year? And if the government's getting control of those ports, we're going to be in serious trouble.
Right. And from what I'm understanding, Congress has already asked for our nice top dog man and woman to resign. So they're going to go after them too and get them out of office. But they need to do it quicker than
YouTube. I don't see any news at all. I don't read the newspaper. I only see what's posted on YouTube.
You know why this whole thing bothers me and people flipping out is because I don't wear a mask. Okay, people get mad at me for that. Well, it's my right if I want to wear one or not. I'm not going to criticize you if you want to wear one. That's fine.
Just as much
if
right
you want to get
not wear one as to wear one, in my opinion. It should be
if you want to get
on both sides.
Right, and if you want to get the jab, go for it. I'm not going to talk you out of it. If I don't want it, don't criticize me for it, because you know why? Everybody knows right now I live in Louisiana and I'm moving to Missouri. How do I get a letter from New York State telling me I tested positive for something that I've never been tested for? People
That's
do the math, figure it out. They're getting your information, and they're making false paperwork for you.
People need to open their eyes and get their head out of the sand.
Yeah. Taz actually came in here to hear what you were saying. He wanted to hear what you were saying, and he doesn't always do that. So I was like, hey, look at there, he's listening.
Taz better get in there when I'm talking.
Drops Family Garden. Welcome to the chat.
But now, like I'm saying, people, this is my opinion, and I have the right to have my opinion. And I know people are going to get mad, and I'm going to lose people off my channel for it, but I have the right to say what I want.
You're not losing us, Ed.
Yeah.
Power.
Yep. Yeah, it's a very highly controversial subject about the mask thing. So I don't ever touch on the subject because I don't want to alienate people, because I believe you should love them whether they've got the jab or not got the jab. I think it's in my opinion, it's God's love, and this whole jab or no jab thing, mask or no mask thing, is separating everybody. Families being separated for holidays and gatherings that aren't normally separated. I heard a lot of that last year at the holidays, birthdays, graduations, weddings, drive-by birthdays. Can you imagine being a kid and having a drive-by birthday? Seriously?
Yeah, my grandson had to have that done, and he was very disappointed, which I don't blame him. You know, folks, you better throw me a big party. I'll be there.
Did something happen, Drops?
I don't want to leave it on your chat.
Yeah.
He just doesn't want to leave it on the chat.
Yeah.
Thanks, LG, for coming over.
If something happened in the chat that you need to talk to me about, Drops, you're welcome to email me right here and tell me what. I mean, I'll try to look back and see. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, we went off on a whoop. Okay,
he removed it.
Question here. Have the managers of the stores noticed smaller shipments? Have any of the managers admitted to that hey, we're not getting in what we normally get in?
Yes. It's because, and I can tell you right now for a fact, the company that I worked for, which you guys all seen me working in the back of the truck, they're not getting shipments for 3 weeks to some stores. I was at a Dollar General, and I was like, wow, where's all the stuff? And they said it's scattered throughout the store. They've had to shut one store down to get all the employees to come over to unload and stock the shelves at another store because they have not seen a shipment in 3 weeks. That's unusual because those kind of stores get a shipment every week. Mm-hmm. And I know that for a fact because I've worked for them.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Right.
I'll pull up what John said because you want to read it. But I was just wondering that.
Right. And if I offended anybody,
I noticed a manager telling somebody that they couldn't videotape in the Walmart here. I heard him tell you that. So I think that these, Walmart is making a rule. And it's coming down to the managers saying that we're not allowed to videotape in the store because there's a lot of people going out there, me included. I've made videos about the shelves. I have made videos about the shelves.
Yeah.
Get the word out there to people who are kind of living in. They're kind of. My dad used to say this about me when I was younger. they're kind of floating around on the fluffy clouds, you know. And my dad used to say that about me when I was younger. But I think they're floating around on the fluffy clouds, and they think that everything's okay. But seriously, that cereal box, and there's like 2 thick, and back behind there, where 6 or 8 more would have gone, there isn't any back there. So where is that? Where's that stuff? And then there's talk of a wheat shortage, you know, stuff like that. So I think it's definitely calls for concern. And you know, I wanted to ask you some questions about yourself, but also I thought that this would be an interesting subject that maybe, you know, people would want to hear about. Sneak footage. Yeah. If you have to be real, sneaky when you're sneaking footage at these stores, especially Walmart. Now, Dollar Tree and some of the others have seen me do it, and they don't even pay attention to me.
Well, so, you see what Drops just put in the chat, right? Where he says, I went to Walmart today and the shelves were fully stocked. Some Walmarts are.
Yeah.
I know the ones here in California, Arizona, Texas.
Yeah, it's where it's showing up though is the stores that ordered less. Like say our stores, because I'm in a small town, a town of 5,000 or less people. Our stores show the empties more because they're sending the freight to the bigger stores, not to our little bitty stores. So our stores are going to empty first.
Right, because they make more money at the bigger stores. That's what it boils down to.
So
and I do want to say one thing.
Small town, then it shows it when I go to my mom's town. But even there, though, I was at Walmart and there was a whole shelf that was just empty, and I'm like, I wonder what goes there. And they started putting weird stuff where weird stuff doesn't go. And I worked at Walmart, so I know where things go. Hello, Simple Southern Reflections. How are you? Welcome. So I know where things go, and they're trying to put weird stuff where weird stuff doesn't go. Like, so if they just have a lot of something, they'll just stick it in a spot to make it not look so empty. But it is empty. They're like, whoa, this is empty. Okay, I'm going to see. Let's see what Cosmic Cultivator said. Walmart.
All right, one thing before
in their regions will stay stocked, and it only makes sense coming businessman's perspective. Yes. And then Robert said, thumbs up for you, Gail Southern Living. I am popping up from Super Alert to say hello. I'm going back to the darkness now with my messy hands. He must be doing something outside. Yeah.
Hopefully he's getting his video ready for the cook-off because it's almost done. But what I was going to say to everybody in the chat.
The other day, there's quite a little 40-something people are on. Crazy Ed has a playlist of his barbecue cook-off.
56.
Please go by and check out the 56 videos that are on his playlist for this barbecue cook-off. There are some really good recipes on there.
And we should have 60 people
You're
to enter, which we're close. But before I go on to that, if I have offended anybody in your chat, I haven't said anything to offend anybody, but if you got offended, I'm not even going to apologize for it.
Yeah. Well, we talked about some controversial subjects.
I'm not trying to offend anybody.
I think John and I got into
and I'm not bashing anybody.
Before. I'm not really worried about tiptoeing around subjects. I mean, there's a limit. I'm like not going to say the certain words that are going to make it stand out. But, you know, I'm not going to completely tiptoe around it because to me, it's getting out awareness to those that don't know. It's time to get your sugar and your flour and your cornmeal and your salt and your baking powder and things you need for baking and things you need to make your own bread and things like that, and writing down your recipes to make bread at home, because if there's a wheat shortage coming down, we need to have some flour on hand and a recipe to go with it on how to make that bread. And I thought
All
that
I
was a
hear
good
is
challenge
sounding
that
like a robot.
Dispatch put out about the prepping books. I thought that was a good challenge he put out.
Right.
You know, that you need to have your recipe books, medical books, survival type books, all that stuff. This is all planned. I am
And
excited.
Cosmic Cultivators, you have until the 30th, which is only a few more days to get your video in. There is one video that it was hilarious, and I saw it this morning. And they did a cooking video somewhat. And then the husband didn't like what it looked like on the grill and destroyed the grill. He shot it up. But they put the stuff on a plate. He goes, there. Yeah.
Do you see what Leisha said to you, Ed? Cosmic Cultivators, when he comes back, I will ask him that question. Oh, he's coming back in. You there? You back?
Hello. Sorry about that.
Country Mama Musing said, you have been very well spoken and no one should take an offense, in her opinion. So I agree. I don't think
Thank you.
Said is necessarily offensive. Cosmic Cultivators had a question. Can Ed suggest anything he noticed that we should stock up on? Shortages, like in your opinion? Is there anything you've noticed that there's not as much of lately that you can tell people, hey, maybe go pick this up tomorrow?
I'm trying to figure out where you just read all that. Can I suggest anything?
Oh, well, I probably kind of ad-libbed and added stuff to it.
Oh. Okay. If you guys can hear me, because I do not have a great signal.
I can hear you fine.
Myself, I'm stocking up on coffee because I'm seeing that going away a lot faster. And even Homestead Aquarius, me and him have talked. He's seen it go away. Stock up on dry goods. You guys are going to need them. And if that's the only thing you can grab is canned goods or dry goods, stock up on them.
I've already noticed shortages of green beans in our area, specifically.
Yeah. And in my opinion, I'm glad I bought the 8 acres that I've got. Or let me rephrase that. Part owner of 16 acres, because I can use all 16 acres also. I'm glad I've got it, because when this really hits the fan, and it's coming, mark my word, it is coming.
Yeah.
You're not going to want to leave your property. You want to be able to have your food. Stock up on dry goods as much as you can. If you have animals, get them raising, get them feeding, because you're going to need the meat.
Hello, the Little Farmer's Farm. Welcome.
Little Farmer's Farm.
John said he was so offended. I'm so offended. And I unsuspended you.
Nope, you can't unsuspend me. I will not accept the unsuspension. But, and like I said, this is my opinion. Who's that? Don Lee?
Don Lee, You know.
Hi, Don. Yeah, I know who she is.
Ricky Ventures, did I say hi to you earlier? I'm stuffed. Don't need anything else. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good drops. I'm happy for you. Hello, Micro Farmer. How are you? Welcome.
Hey, Micro Farmer. He's been lurking, but Free Handley's got it down right. If you can get canned meats like ham, Vienna sausages, what's that other?
Chicken, spam.
Whatever it can be, and if it's in a can, get it, because you can recan it. You can take it out of that can and recan it the way you're used to canning stuff.
Yeah, I want to
stock up, folks.
I did the other day. I did TJ Prep's canned chicken challenge, where you cook from your preps and you cook a dish with canned chicken. So I made homemade chicken noodle soup with a twist, and I used the boxed milk and some powdered ranch dressing in it, but it's cooked out of everything from my press. Hello, Thorhaven Farm. Welcome.
Hello, Thor. Another thing. Right now, let's put it this way. If I got shut down for a month, right now, in this truck, and I had to stay in my truck for 1 month, I'll eat every single day, even 2 to 3 times a day if I want.
Oh wow, you have your truck stocked that well? That's awesome.
Yes. I was also given 17 duck eggs. I always make sure I have something to eat for me and my little dog, because I'll give her everything to eat before I eat, because she deserves it. But if I can stock up enough to last me a month, and I just had to throw a whole bunch of stuff out because I left my truck off for 4 days.
Yeah.
If I can still have that much food.
In a box, you can carry it in and carry it out as you move trucks.
Right. But if I can stock a 18-wheeler for a month worth of food, see what you guys can do at your house.
Oh, I know. I know.
You know? I know, and I know a lot of people are doing the canning and they're getting stuff ready, like Yogi Howell Farm. I've seen their videos where they're canning. That woman's a canning crazy woman. And Simply Jan and Country Mama Muse, everybody's canning.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I don't know how to can. Right. I don't know how to can. I'm learning, but I'm fixing to move off grid. Exactly. And I'm fixing to move off grid. And I have a 31-foot travel trailer that I'm going to be living in for a while.
Yes.
But I cannot dehydrate. That's the only thing. I have 4 dehydrators that I'm going to be trading for materials for off grid.
I don't really
and
love.
And one of them I'm giving away.
I would rather have one that had a temperature setting on it, because all the videos I watch about dehydrating, they name a temperature and a time. Well, mine doesn't have a temperature, so I always have to guess. And I hate that, because if I'm like trying to follow Rebecca from stocking my pantry, I can't, because mine doesn't have temperature. It has low, medium, and high. And I'm like, which one is this? I don't know. But Robert's right. We do need to get our provisions while we have time. And Simply Jan mentioned we need to make sure to have a can opener, because if the electricity goes out, you got to be able to open them cans. Of course, if you're real desperate, you can start cracking down with your knife, to get the can open.
Right. And I know I have people in our community, which are awesome people, that will help me learn to can, especially being off grid. Dehydrating, unless I have a generator, unless I get a generator, I won't be able to dehydrate. I would love to keep one of them, but it's just not going to be feasible trying to be off grid.
Hello,
and not have any power.
Country Mama.
Hello, Roland with Rachel.
5-gallon buckets of coffee that they grind themselves. Wow, sounds like they got a good amount. Well, that's good.
I think I'm going to have to go where the snow is this year just to meet up with her and grab some good coffee.
Hello, Rolling. You're rolling with Raquel.
Hello, Raquel. I hope you got your weld fixed today.
Oh, you
talking? One thing I always buy when I go to the store is a can of beans, 59 cents. Exactly. I've got.
Yeah,
believe it or not, I've got.
Add something extra to what you're already buying, and I think that helps to get you stocked without being a ton of money.
Right, and see, right now I've got it in my truck. I love tamales.
I was stocking up pretty good, and then stuff started going weird again, so I started stocking some things back up again. And so,
right, like I have cans of tamales, which are they're okay. I've got pork and beans. I've got those new potatoes. I got the round ones, the sliced ones, and the diced ones. I've got black-eyed peas, corn, green beans. Just a can of corn will feed you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You could open up a can of something and eat that if you need to. Well, actually, like baked beans. One time I forgot to heat them up in the microwave, and they were already on the plate, and we were eating them. And I'm like, why aren't these warm? But they were perfectly good right out of the can. So awesome. You can eat beans right out of the can, and they're fine. So
Okay,
that's one of those things.
Someone just asked a question. What was it? What is Ed's plans for water?
Oh, water. Yes. Sorry.
Or off?
I'm a child with ADD. I see one thing and then I see something else.
Right now, 3 blanket living. I have 5 gallons of water, and I have a case of water underneath my bunk right now. So I'm good there for right this moment.
Yeah. That's true, John. John said you can buy a packet of ramen noodles for 20 cents. So if you kept doing that every time you went to the store, it would add up. Your can of beans, your ramen. I mean,
well, think about
we're
this.
Talking about it's not healthy for you, but if you're in the dire situation to where that's all you have to eat, you're going to need all those calories. It's not going to be about losing weight. You're going to be losing weight naturally. So,
this is the way I look at it.
Whatever you can.
Gail, this is the way everybody needs to look at it. At least this is how I'm looking at it. Because I eat healthy, and I really do. But all you people that say, oh, no, I got to eat healthy. You know what? Does this crap that we're going through right now really care if you eat healthy or not? Why should you when it comes down to where you're not allowed to leave your house? You're not allowed to leave your property. You stock up on everything and anything. The ramen noodles. Yeah, they got 3 flavors, shrimp, beef, and chicken. Buy a couple package or cases of them. They come in them for like, what, $8? Buy 3 or 4 of them. Stock them up.
Through a couple weeks, a couple of days, so you may get some cheap items. You may get some more expensive items. I think canned fruit's important to have personally, because you're not going to, if you're not, if our stores start getting shut down and we can't go there, you're going to be craving some fruit and something sweet. So you need to have something.
Exactly. I mean, I don't care what it is. Make yourself beef stew. Make yourself chicken soup. Make whatever you have to can it and start stocking.
One thing I focused on with my preps, one thing I did was I focused on things you can make soup. So your beef broth, your chicken broth, because if you don't have water, okay, and it already has flavor in it, and technically if you didn't have any salt, which I do, but some people may not. But anyway, everything you're going to need to put in the soup, you're going to have, even if it's all canned and you don't have any fresh stuff, you could put your canned potatoes you were talking about, your canned carrots, your canned chicken. You could put whatever kind of canned meat you have or whatever. Or if you don't eat meat, there's plenty of things. Pasta, definitely pasta. You can get a box of pasta at Walmart for 82 cents. So
exactly.
Get your pasta. Fill up a bucket of it.
Let me ask you guys the question. Okay. And Gail, Taz, this is definitely for you. Does it really matter what kind of canned goods you get? Do you have to have that one that costs you $3? Or can you get by when the world is shut down for 59 cents? I bet you can eat the same stuff, because you want to know what the funny part about it is? It is the same stuff. You're just overpaying for a brand name.
Yeah.
I've been to facilities that make peanut butter. They made the Jiffy peanut butter, but they also made the off-brand peanut butter the same exact way. They just switched jars and labels. That's all they do. Folks,
one thing that people are forgetting, one very important thing that they're forgetting. Last year when I went into the stores with a grocery list and did not expect that literally I was going to get literally a fourth of what I had on my list. and everything I did was a compromise. Okay, well, they don't have this, so I'll get this, and they don't have this, so I'll get this. I had to improvise, and that's what our stores, I believe, are going to turn into eventually. I feel like we're going to have less and less choices, and so we need to get a little bit less picky and just, try to get some stuff that we need. Hello, hello, Annette from Silhouette.
Let me ask, who likes powdered milk? Raise your hand if you like powdered milk. I'm throwing my hands down. That crap is nasty. But you know what? I'm going to have it in my homestead because you never know.
Milk and canned milk.
Right. I've been to a place that actually made ketchup for Heinz. I had to pick up a trailer there. So I got stuck there for a few hours. So I got to go on a tour. You guys know when you go into the grocery store, you have your generic, and then you have your Heinz sitting side by side, right?
Mm-hmm.
Buy the generic one that has the generic label because it's actually Heinz ketchup. They just changed the label.
How are you?
I've seen this too many times because I've been to the factories. I've delivered to them. Peanut butter place. It just... Everybody thinks, oh, I'm getting Heinz ketchup.
It's coming out of the same plant, isn't it?
Yeah. All they're doing is changing the labels. I've seen it.
The only thing that I'm very name brand on, there's only one thing, and it's cheese slices. For some reason,
what, like Kraft?
World. Yeah, I don't like the weird flavor of the generic cheese slices. That's my only one.
Are you sure? You sure about that?
It tastes funny.
Yeah.
To me.
I
have one more. I have one more. Kraft macaroni and cheese is way better than generic macaroni and cheese. And this most of my nitpicking things have to do with cheese for some reason. Who knew? But yeah. I have just those, but hey, out of all the things in the world, 2 little quirks is not that bad.
No, it's not. But
I'm way less high maintenance than most women. Let me tell you.
Okay, let me ask you this, Gail. When it comes down to it, really comes down to it, and you have to scramble to get food to survive for you and Taz, are you really going to try to fight someone over a name brand macaroni and cheese? Or sliced cheese? You're going to grab what you can grab and get gone.
In those circumstances, yes. But on a normal circumstance, on a normal day, I would rather have my Kraft macaroni and cheese and my Kraft cheese slices. Micro Farmer agrees with me.
Micro Farmer's from Connecticut. We can't trust him.
That's my little quirk. And even sometimes if I want to make grilled cheese or something, I'll get the little deli slices. Sometimes,
right.
I'll get that because it's good. You could have some of those little extra flavors, but yeah. It's
right.
cool.
But see, when you're as poor as I am, you'll eat whatever you can get out of the grocery store.
Yeah.
And
well,
I will go.
I supplement mine with the couponing because today I literally got like 5 or 6 coupons in the mail for free stuff. So that makes up the difference. And then I can use that money for something else. So that's good. Maybe I could buy myself some new lipstick, or maybe I could buy myself some silk milk or some ice cream. I don't know, whatever it is that I might want.
Right. And Micro Farmer, I was just joking with you too, but hello, everybody in the chat. So I don't have to look down because I'm trying to walk back and forth. But if I can put food for myself in my truck for $50 to $75 once a month or once every month and a half, I don't know why people can't do it for their houses.
Yeah. Oh, we definitely have. It would shock people to know what our grocery budget is. They would be like, that's it. but the couponing supplements all of that, and so I get more stuff because I get free coupons in the mail, and not only the free coupons, but I get the coupons for $1 off. Well, those dollars off add up, and that's more other stuff you can get. You might be able to get a big old pack of meat for that cost that you saved, and you're stocking up your preps there.
Right. But see what Country News just said? I grew up so poor we ate dented cans and roadkill. Believe it
Who
or
said
not,
that? Me too.
Country Mama, when I was growing up, my dad worked for Piggly Wiggly in a little town in Texas, and he stocked shelves. He was a meat cutter, and the manager of the store actually let him take boxes and boxes of canned goods that were damaged and brought them home, and that's what we ate when I was growing up. So, yeah, it can happen.
Hello, Brampton Gardner. Welcome, Q Kitchen and Beyond. Yeah.
Q Kitchen and Beyond.
I have a few things that I'm picky on, but when it gets down to it, though, I can improvise with the best of them. I did not come from a rich family. I came from a poor family where only my father worked as a house painter. My mother was a stay-at-home mom, and she had 4 kids. So my dad was supporting us on only his income. So it got tight. We didn't always get new shoes for school every year like kids do. We didn't have TVs in our rooms or computers in our rooms. We didn't have phones. We had one phone in the house, and you only got to use it if Daddy said you could. And if you didn't have his permission, he caught you on the phone, you were in big trouble. When I was in high school, that was our highest source of stress, is me wanting to talk on the phone and him not wanting me to. That was the biggest thing I got in trouble for.
Right. But, I can almost say that I could go shopping with quite a few of these people in the chat.
Yeah.
And buy the exact same thing they buy, and I'll save probably $30. My bill would be $30 cheaper.
Okay, for
because I actually went with a friend of mine that's a truck driver. That was a truck driver. We almost bought identical, the same stuff.
Hello,
Mine
Heather.
was $75 cheaper than his.
Wow. Well, if you guys didn't hear, my chicken passed away today, Boots. And
yeah, I heard.
So I made a little video of it, and I was kind of upset this morning. And Simply Jen asked me if I could do my live, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna pull up my bootstraps and I'm gonna do the live. Now I had to go fix my makeup, because I had the mascara under my eyes look going on, but I pulled it together and here we are. So I'm putting on the brave face. But yeah, one of my babies died today. Sad.
Hey, Grant.
So Taz had a question for you.
Okay.
And I'm gonna read it just like he wrote it. How did you come up with your barbecue sauce?
Very carefully.
Very carefully. I said, after he wrote the question down, I said, well, don't you mean what's in it? And
Is that Taz asked that?
That was his question. He gets to ask, when I finish my list, he gets to add a couple of questions, depending on how much room is on the paper. Well, there was literally only enough room for one question on the paper left. So that was his question.
Okay, how I ended up coming up with my barbecue sauce. I took a generic brand of barbecue sauce and it tastes like crap. So I added stuff to it and added stuff to it and added stuff to it, and it started tasting better. So when I lived in Indiana, I went to the biggest spice store they have and bought the seasonings to do my own barbecue sauce, which the main ingredient is vinegar and ketchup. and then you add your spices. Well, I started messing around with it a little bit more and started adding like Pepsi, Sprite, Dr. Pepper into it, the whole 1 gallon bottles. And then I started adding alcohol, Jim Beam, Jack Daniel honey, and the flavors just connected, and I know exactly the ingredients I put into it. Yeah. For me to tell you how much I put into it, I couldn't tell you. I don't know. Yeah. I just sit there and just start pouring stuff and sprinkling
Happy
stuff.
Happy accident.
Yeah.
It's kind of like with that, when I did my chicken fajitas recipe, I knew I wanted to use the wine vinegar, which I've never used wine vinegar, but I wanted it to have a fajita type flavor. So I paired the chili basil with specific things, and I paired the garlic lovers with specific things for a marinade. And after marinating it all night, it was so good that the flavor went all the way through the meat, and you could taste it. But it wasn't overly powerful. It was really good. It came out really, really good.
John from Willow Grove, have you lost your mind? Sorry. He's got me under control.
Oh, is that what he said?
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's what he said in here, but no. That'll never happen.
Thank you for putting it in all caps. What can we expect in the trucking industry in the next few weeks?
Okay, you can see a decline in everything.
Talking about
stores, gas. Yeah, are you talking about products like for stores, or you're going to see a lot of trucks start shutting down? You're going to see a lot of owner-operators saying, I'm not doing this no more. Prices are getting too high. I mean, for gas, for me to fill up my truck, I have, with both tanks, I have 300 gallons. It costs $1,000 every other day to fill my truck up. And I can drive 726 miles a day if I want to. I did it last night. I drove 726 miles and had 43 minutes left on my clock. You're going to see a decline in food, clothing, cars, everything. Within I would say by Christmas time or first of the year, we're going to be damn near have everything.
That's what I'm worried about. But normally I think people would probably say I was crazy. And I think at the beginning of when I started talking about it with my family last year, they thought I was crazy. But then after talking to my mom and explaining the different details, now my mom has started to put some things up for herself. So I'm very glad that I helped her with that. And I don't feel like I'm not trusting God for it. I feel like God is telling me to do it, like he's trying to provide for his people by letting them know they need to have some things on hand. So that's my opinion. Yes, he provides for the little birds with worms, but he doesn't walk up and drop the worms in their mouth. They have to get out of the nest and go get the worms. So that's my opinion.
Simple Southern reflections. Hello.
If anybody understands that analogy that I just put forth. But are you planning to stop truck driving?
Yes. Who asked me that?
That's me. That's.
Oh, okay. Yes. Within the next few weeks. Well, let me rephrase that. Over the road truck driving, yes. 15 years of traveling the United States and being in every state in the United States 4 times, almost 5. I'm just done. I mean, I'd like to go somewhere on vacation, but I've already been there. It would be no fun unless I go overseas. No loose faucet.
Thank you, Granny Moreno. Thank you, Betty, for you understood my analogy, so that's good.
Yes.
Sometimes I don't know if I quite drive my point back. You also got a question from. Oh no, I already asked you that one. Never mind. The one from Jan.
Which
I already
one?
asked you that one. I already asked you the
Yes.
one from Dan. Okay, before I ask you the last question I have written down here, anybody else who has a question, go ahead and put it in the chat in all caps, and we'll get to that one next. But the last question I always ask, do you know what it is, Ed? What question do I always ask last when I interview people? Let's test you and see if you know. It's always
I don't remember because I'm stressed out as it is.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll take you off the spot. Okay.
No, you can ask me it.
Do you have any questions for me? That's the last question I always ask.
Oh, so in other words, I'm done.
Yeah, unless they come up with some more questions in the chat. Do you have a question for me?
Do I have a question for you?
Yeah, you get to ask the interviewer a question now.
Well, yeah, but Taz is still breathing, so I can't ask that question.
If I killed him?
Can you make better zucchini muffins than me?
Just, that was just like beginner's luck.
Taz, quit laughing. I know I can hear Taz just laughing.
He's in the other room.
What is your favorite YouTube channel, Edward? LOL. That would be Crazy Ed's Homestead. Is my favorite YouTube channel.
Is Heather a friend of yours?
Heather.
I've seen this name in the chat before. Welcome, Heather.
I know a Heather, but maybe. I make a great. Well, you're just going to have to prove it.
You have a question for Eddie Nuts? What is your question?
Oh my God,
John, or do you want to come up and ask the question? You're welcome to
but
come
Simply
up.
Jan is an awesome channel to watch, folks.
Okay, here's a question right here.
Ed. I'm not going to pass out in 45 minutes.
Their question was, how long do you think it's going to take you to clear your land?
Well, I think to clear the 8 acres, the 8 acres, I'm not clearing the whole 8 acres. I'm going to clear spots. I'm going to clear 1 acre.
I think we're talking about the part where you're going to have your trailer first. This is the first
in 1 week. In 1 week.
In a week. Once you get the equipment. The equipment is necessary.
I'm going to have my chainsaw, which I already have. I've got it, thanks to Micro Farmer and a few other people, I've got to order my weed eater. And those are the 2 things I'm going to use. The 2 main things I'm going to use. I'm sure I'm going to use a shovel. And I was actually given a push lawnmower also that I'll be picking up on the way up. So that will help also after I cut everything down. But 1 week, Micro Farmer thinks I'm going to last 45 minutes. I'm going to pass out. This old man can work all day long there, mister. Hey, Hood's Custom Shop. Glad you're feeling better.
Well, if you've watched Ed's lives where he's unloading those trucks over at Family Dollar, on a live, he did that.
I got good muscles.
Or maybe a couple of times. I'm surprised you didn't get in trouble for that. But anyway, I would get in trouble because I get in trouble for everything. I don't get away with anything.
Neither do I. Okay, free farms. Oh, someone asked about school bus. They're going. Who was that? Someone asked. They got an interview tomorrow. They said they had an interview tomorrow. Yeah. Why is the pay so low?
Are you asking why the pay's so low for a bus driver?
Welcome to having a Class B CDL.
Yeah, but if you're...
And our government.
The school pays everybody that works at the school terribly. Teachers,
exactly.
Paras. I was a para. Like I said, that's when I started my couponing, was when I was very first a paraprofessional, because the pay was so low. But I had just got out of doing my job at the hospital where I was doing medical coding and billing. And I just wanted to have something that felt fulfilling. So working with the special education children sounded like a job that would be fulfilling. So I decided to take it, even though the pay was low. And then the pay rose the next year and the next year. And then I went out with my injury. And I worked at the Family Dollar for like a week or two. And the pain was so difficult, I literally went home crying. So I am not capable of doing hard labor anymore.
Hello, Bland, Promised Land.
So now I can just do small. Hello, Hood's Custom Shop. I don't remember seeing you guys in my live. Welcome. Let me make sure I'm missing
that's an
anybody.
awesome channel too.
Yeah, I saw them at the meetup. They were doing the blacksmithing, and hubby was all excited about it, watching them intently over there. That was cool.
Not much. Are you talking about Bland Promised Land?
No, I'm talking about Hood's Custom Shop is blacksmithing. Bland's Promised Land Ranch.
No. Hood's Custom Shop was doing.
Channels, if that's what you think.
No. Hood's Custom Shop did the sawmill at the meetup. Ivory Forge did the blacksmithing.
Oh, I am mixing my channels up then.
Yes.
I am mixing them up. Okay, we watched them too, actually. We watched them both.
Bland Promised Ranch. You guys really need to go watch them. He's got this big old beard. And he's like so mellow.
Calling me out on it. Making a boo-boo. The LG Homestead was talking about an expo next year. Is that a separate thing from the meetup, or is that the same thing? Is that what they're calling it this year?
Well, because two different channels are putting that expo on over in Oklahoma. So, it's totally different than what...
So that's the second thing that happened, the one that I didn't go to.
No, that's happening this year or next year in March, the expo in Oklahoma.
David built that beautiful bench. Yes. Oh, the bench they were doing. Okay. Thank you.
He didn't do bad work.
Sorry, Hood's Custom Shop. I'm sorry I messed that up.
Nisi must be leaving.
Southern Living. I should be wearing my No Perfect People Allowed shirt every day because I make tons of mistakes. Yes. Ivy's Forge and Homestead is the one whose wife looked a little bit like Boone Child. And he kept saying, is that Boone? And I'm like, no, that's not Boone. He's like, is that Boone? No, it's not Boone. Yeah. I am not like, I drive around town. I drive to see my mom, but I'm not always comfortable with driving in certain areas, like going to a big city to drive. Like when I had to drive to the hospital, that was not safe. I should not have been driving by myself. That was not safe. Mm-mm.
Right. Hey, I drive around town every day. Just a lot of different towns.
Yeah, there's no way I could have. That was so stressful for me driving in that Dallas traffic. Yeah, not good.
Try driving in San Diego traffic.
No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you.
Firefly Farms, yes. You have a Class B CDL. So to drive a bus, that's all you need. To drive an 18-wheeler, you need a Class A CDL. It's one step up above, not much, but they are two different.
How big of a city is Springfield? Simply Jan, how big of a city is Springfield?
Springfield's a good size.
Yes, I saw that, Alicia. I saw your little video where you were talking about a possible carjacking. So now, if you are a potentially going to get carjacked, they take a dollar bill and put it under your wiper blades, and then they come back to your car and they try to come get you. So they got there, saw that, they knew about that, so they just like locked their doors and just, went driving along. But I imagine that was a nervous ride, just thinking that whoever put that there was going to try to come back and do whatever that it was they were going to do.
Yeah, like David from Hood's Custom Shop, he's a truck driver also. New York City, I've driven in New York City. I've literally driven into the Bronx in New York, Queens. I've been out to Long Island. Driving in New York City is a piece of cake. I think.
Yeah, up north, I notice as compared to like Texas, like living in Rhode Island and then being around like Connecticut and Massachusetts and different places that I visited when I was there, like their streets are so narrow in those cities. And you're just like, you feel like you're all, the streets are so tight, especially like on Newport, Rhode Island, like, because it's an island, it's like people are just, the houses, everything's close and the roads are so narrow. Ooh, yeah, no.
I'm Willow Grove. Miss MB is cool. San Diego, Teresa, I figured I was going to get someone from California in here. Teresa, San Diego traffic is not park and go. Because I've been in San Diego for 4 hours already, and those idiots just don't know how to stop.
Now, I drive in Abilene. That's about 130,000 people, which is my hometown. Abilene is my hometown, and it is a bigger city. So it's not all big cities that freak me out. It's like Dallas traffic. Now, I used to drive in that type of traffic. Like when I lived in Oklahoma City, I worked for a mortgage company called Midland Mortgage Company, and I had to drive clear from one side of town to the other. And Oklahoma City is a huge, huge, huge millions kind of a town. So, yeah, I don't have the most lovely memories of Massachusetts because I was going to the doctor there.
Yeah, Massachusetts people trying to drive through there. I don't know what kind of crack pipe they're using or if they're sharing it, but they do not know how to drive there. That's the one state has the worst drivers ever.
Massachusetts?
Yes.
Yeah. My favorite in the New England area, though, was Connecticut. I really, really loved Connecticut. Like, I just, the aquarium there and the little
Connecticut is awesome.
And just the restaurants on the ocean where you're literally eating the fish that could have been just caught there this morning, or I'm sure not, but that's what you're thinking as you're smelling the smell of the ocean. You're thinking, okay, I'm eating from this ocean right here. So,
right, Gail, you know who Miss MB is, right?
Yes, she's been to my house.
Will you tell John that she's okay?
Yeah, she's okay, John. Yeah,
Connecticut is beautiful, Yogi. I've been up there. I have a high school friend that lives up there, and I've been to their house a couple times hanging out during the summer only because winter, I don't like cold weather. Houston is crazy driving. No, that's not. The only time Houston, Dallas, or Austin is crazy driving is when they get ice on the roads because no one knows how to drive.
Yeah. Do you think that the stores are holding stock in the back to make sure they don't run out of stuff? You think that's why they're leaving it kind of empty out there? So their back rooms are more full?
Yes.
I'm going to walk back there at Walmart and pretend I'm just a dingy blonde and I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm just going to walk back there like, oh, where's the bathroom? And, and you think they'll buy that? And just look back there.
No,
you think they'll buy that?
Like,
you think they'll buy
be
that
like, no, they won't. Because you have guilty written all over your face as soon as you walk back there.
I'd probably start laughing. That's me. I would probably laugh. I have gone in the stores and made videos, though. Hello, Outdoors and Country Living. There was one.
I want to know if this Heather Lagner can really cook pumpkin bread. I'll just have to.
Ed wants you to make him some pumpkin bread there, Heather.
Yes.
He's welcoming you to his homestead to make him some pumpkin bread. Or you can mail
cook it on an open fire.
Oh, that's fine, John. Protective is good. What's the craziest city you have driven in, Ed?
The noisiest?
Craziest.
The craziest? Washington State. Most definitely. And you guys can believe me or not, and if I can find the pictures, I will. I've driven in front of the White House. And
oh, wow.
That was easier to drive in than going to Seattle and all that. It was tight turns, but I actually got to park my 18-wheeler in front of the White House a couple of years back.
So Alicia asked from Country Mama Musings, Hobby Farm Living, has anyone heard of rationing starting soon, not based on quantity, but based on purchase amount? Yes, I have heard of that. And here's where. On Bushcraft Family's channel, he has a video out where Walmart, I think it was a Walmart, or maybe it was a different store, I'm not sure, but they accidentally had it set up in the computer for a specific date, but they put in the wrong date. So it started too soon. And so that put an alert out, and that particular person emailed Bushcraft Family, who in turn put that information in his video. So there is rumors that they're going to start limiting. And also by my source, which I don't think she'll mind if I say this, Granny Moreno said in Tennessee, they're already starting to limit things.
California, they're limiting things. They are, and I know this for a fact, they are going to start making you, say you want to buy toilet paper, you're allowed to have 2. That's it. Pretty soon, if you want a lemonade, you're only going to be able to buy 1 or 2. They are going to limit what you can purchase. And Heather, where are you? What state are you in?
Miss MB, if you're referring to why are they setting limits, because I don't know if you want to hear my opinion, but I feel like they're going to try to control us with food. So they're starting to see shortages, okay? Because we've had natural disasters. Now we're pissing off the truck drivers by telling them they have to get the jab. We're about to start. The government's going to start controlling these ports. It's going to make it impossible for the truck drivers to deliver their goods without getting fines on their companies, and the companies are going to get mad at the drivers. So yeah, I think they see the things that are coming, because if you watch Bushcraft Family's videos, he's talking about these wheat shortages, and these aren't fabricated things. These are things that are really happening. There are really crops going down right now. And so these are things we're talking about because we feel like they really need to be said.
Right. And let me, and I know David Hood's Custom Shop is going to agree with me on this.
Yes.
People,
Yes,
you're not
that's
getting
fine.
your,
I
you're
agree.
not getting your stuff in the grocery stores or your convenience stores or your gasoline or your wood. Don't blame us truck drivers for that. It's not our fault. We can only pick up and deliver what we are given. And I've been cussed at in sitting inside a store or a restaurant because they find out I'm a truck driver because I'm talking to a bunch of them, and they start, it's all your fault that we don't have our stuff in the stores. Wrong answer,
Exactly.
people.
Were you truck
Don't
driving
blame us.
last year when all this crazy shortages were going on and all the stores were empty? Were you truck driving during that time? You were, weren't you?
Yeah.
So that's when they were mean to you, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's not our fault. We can only pick up what the warehouses put on our trucks.
Mm-hmm. Agree. Hello, Green Ghost Organics.
I'm going to have to look up Heather on
Truckers
Facebook.
Let's see.
Truckers and Patriots. Hold on. Wait a second here.
You want to
Posted
go
on
back to that
Facebook
one?
that the truckers and blocking a bridge going into Washington. Well, that was a fake picture because I know that's not going to happen. Truck drivers are not going to block a bridge going into Washington unless they broke down.
Yeah, Washington of all places, that would get him in some serious trouble.
Ooh, Alabama! My Alabama farm life. She's in so much trouble.
So
unless she posted it.
Green Ghost Organics. Step 8 in situational destabilization is control of the food. I actually agree with that statement. That's why I stopped to read it, because that's kind of what I'm talking about. That's my opinion. Opinion not to make anybody mad. That's just my opinion on the situation that's happening right now. This is the same stuff we do to other countries when we want to kick out someone we don't like. Yeah. Yeah. But
yes,
in my opinion, a lot of this stuff is predicted. A lot of this stuff is predicted in the Bible.
Right.
Families being against each other, mother against father and brother and sister against, all that's predicted in the Bible and said in that way, that we're going to go against each other. And the jab actually, to me, is putting wedges in families, in my opinion. And the jab or not to jab is putting wedges, and that's all predicted in the Bible, in my opinion.
I am posting she knows what I was going to say. Alabama Farm Life knew what I was going to say. Did you see what her response is? I'm posting my barbecue tomorrow.
Oh, there you go. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Well, she called people out on it, and they've already made their video. I'm like, did she forget about it? And then I messaged her, and then I forgot to message her back.
On mine, all I was waiting for was to get the bell peppers to do it. That's all I was waiting on.
Right. And you know what? We only need, if she puts her video out tomorrow, we only need 3 more to hit 60 people.
Well, do you know what people put out in
Q Kitchen Beyond? Well, if Q Kitchen and Beyond would ever put the video out instead of letting her phone eat it.
Yeah. Frugal Farmer mentioned that he might do it because he barbecues all the time, but I don't remember seeing him on your playlist. But he wasn't necessarily called out. But I told him if he did it, he could just say I called him out. Frugal Farmer. He was in the chat earlier, but he may not be.
Yeah, no Frugal Farmer. No Frugal Farmer put one out, but I'm still waiting on
Did put
Homestead
one out?
Aquarius.
Okay. Homestead
he didn't.
Aquarius?
He
didn't
hasn't
put
put
out
one
a
out yet.
video?
No, he has not, and I'm kind of a little upset about that. But Cosmic Cultivators, that's fine. You have until the 30th at midnight Central Time.
Bland's Promised Land Ranch. Hello, hello. If I didn't say hi earlier. Oh, some kind of bug's flying on me.
Oh my God. Bland Promise. Oh, if I can remember his freaking name. That was a joke.
Bland's Promised Land Ranch. You told them they were in last place?
Yes, on their own live.
Here's
on
an
their
official
live.
question for you. Official question for you, Ed. Who are your judges for Crazy Ed's barbecue cook-off?
Okay, good question. Glad someone finally brought it up. I've been waiting for that.
Good. I thought it was
It's you people. It's you people are going to be the judges. I'm not judging it. I've already seen every single video. I've seen all 56 of them.
Are they going to be by comments on the video? Or
Yes.
are you going to put up a...
Okay, this is how it's going to go down. Okay? I'm going to make a video at the first of next month. As soon as this is over with and everything, and I make sure everybody got their video in on time, I'm going to make a video that for 2 weeks, and it's only going to be up for 2 weeks, that you have to come to the video that I put out will be the voting video. You have to come to that video and make a comment on which channel you want to see win. So the channel that gets the most votes will win. Gail, if you go to, let's say, Homestead Aquarius video, and you post 4 comments on my video that Willa grows the best, he does this, he does that, 5 different times or 4 different times, I'm only going to count 1. So everybody, 1 vote per channel.
It's going to be on that specific video. On that specific
Yes.
video we go. If
Make
I was going to vote
comment.
for Homestead Aquarius, I would say vote Homestead Aquarius, and that would be my 1 vote. And I got 1 vote on that video, right? Is that how you?
Yes.
That's
yes.
good. That
and
would
you
be
cannot
way
go back
hard
and
for
make
you to go back to 56 channels and count the comments. That would be way too hard.
That's why I'm going to have it in 1 video. You guys got to go watch the playlist, and the voting will start on the 1st of next month.
Jen,
of
it's going to
October.
be on a specific video. The votes go on a specific video that Ed will be putting out. And once you share it out, I will reshare it for you just to help get the word out there on that.
Put it on your community page when you guys see me when I put the video out, which I'm in the process of making. If people that do have a community page, post it. I want to get as many votes, and I want to see this thing just go skyrocket on votes.
Yeah. And it doesn't, and it's for anybody can vote, any channel, whether they participated or not, right?
Right. They don't have to be. They can be subs.
For anybody they want to.
If you do not have a channel,
for Gail's Southern Living.
Oh, really? But do not vote for Crazy Ed's Homestead, because I cannot win anyways. But yes, even if you don't have a channel, you can vote. Plain and simple. It's for YouTube. But YouTubers, subs are going to be the ones that pick the 3 winners. And then I'll leave it for 2 weeks for voting. And then after those 2 weeks, I'll cut it off. No more voting. I will block the playlist on my end. And then you guys are going to have to give me some time to count all the votes, because I have to write everybody's name down again. And then I'll count the votes. It's going to take me a while.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to vote for anybody
Yeah.
because I actually had one of the contestants' burgers that they put into the cook-off. So I am not going to vote for nobody because it would not be fair.
That's very fair of you, actually. That's very fair of you. Yep.
Yes.
And Monticello Cellars has a recipe challenge going on as well that also has prizes. Like Crazy Ed's Barbecue Cook-Off has prizes too. So there's a couple of cooking challenges going on right now.
But
and,
did you see what Cosmic Cultivator said?
Shed Wars that doesn't know this, if you want to enter the Monticello Cellars recipe thing, if you're in Shed Wars, all you have to do is pay the $4 shipping to get your vinegar, your wine vinegar, if you're in Shed Wars.
Well, I can't not wait to try my jalapeno vinegar. But did you see what Cosmic? Oh, yeah. They sent me my shirt and a bottle of that.
Oh, that's cool. So that's what you're using.
Yep. Cosmic Cultivators said, will Ed be the tiebreaker? Yes, I will be the tiebreaker.
Well, you know what you could do if you have a tiebreaker? You could put that on your community page as a vote. You know how John used to do those vote things? You could do your tiebreaker.
Yeah, I can do it as a poll.
And that way, do it as a poll. And then they can break the tie, and then you really won't have anything to do with it. They can't accuse you of anything. Where to begin, Homestead? Hello, hello. I'm still waiting on my invoice. Can't wait. Yes. I got
I'm still waiting for them to put in a video too.
And the Garlic Lovers wine vinegar, and I already have my recipe out if anybody wants to go by and check it out. And I did chicken fajitas. Of course, I have to take it on the Southwest style, and I did a chicken fajitas recipe. So I marinated it in one of the wine vinegars, and half of the other half of the chicken in the other wine vinegar, so I could taste both. And I still have some left, so I can make some more recipes with it. So that's cool.
So I will also be having another challenge come out.
Hello, Linda.
On January 28th, which will be my birthday. I'm going to put another challenge out, and you guys are really going to hate me because it has to do with the barbecue grill once again.
Barbecuing in the snow? That would be fun.
Basically,
but
no, it's going to be a grill and cast iron.
Oh, I know what it is.
Do not say it.
Okay.
Seriously, Gail, don't say it.
You know I know I know, don't you? Because I watched that video.
Yeah, I believe you do, but do not
okay.
say it. Because I'm going to do it on my birthday as I'm making the video of it. That's going to be my challenge to people. And I don't care if you live in Iowa, Oregon, Idaho, Canada, and it's snowing.
Yeah.
Get involved.
Hey, I did pretty good with my first grilling experience. I might as well try grilling again.
Yes. How long have we been on?
I didn't burn it.
Yes.
An hour and a half.
You did great.
Do you need to get off?
Yes, I have to go take my puppy dog out, and I got to eat dinner. I haven't eaten all day. Whoa! Yes. And if I don't bust my, coming down this hill, look at this hill, people. This is not fun. But I appreciate you letting me on here.
You did a great job. I think you answered some questions that we all had.
And if anybody wants to... And if anybody has any more questions for me, go to my channel, look at my About page. I have an email address. Hit me up on Instagram, Facebook. I'm on all of them. And
if you are not friends with Crazy Ed's Homestead, his link is in the description box of this live. So you can go by and check out his channel. And if you want to do the Crazy Ed's Barbecue Cook-Off, you have till the 30th to do it, which is about 3 days-ish.
Yes, you have until the 30th at midnight.
Hello, Google Homestead. How are you?
To get it done.
I think I said it right.
But I appreciate it. If you're going to stay on, I'll be down in the chat.
I'm probably just going to go ahead and end it. So I'm getting a little bit of back pain going on here. So I need to kind of like get it on the heating pad or something. Yeah. I don't know what it is, if it's the weather or what. Great integration. You did well. Thank you. Thank you, Jan. Thank you for the compliment. I worked very hard on my questions. I did have some help. I will admit I had some help. 4 of my questions on there came from Bushcraft Family. I sent him an email and asked him if there was any questions he had, because I know he does a lot of research on that kind of stuff. So I thought his questions might great. So thank you, Bushcraft Charles. Thank you very much. The rest of them were my questions. Just 4
Thank
were
you,
his.
Charles.
Hello, Mona.
Right.
How are you?
But Q Kitchen and Beyond, I haven't gotten an email from you in a while or anything on Facebook. So, all right, I'm going to step down and let you finish out.
Okay. Bye, Ed. And then there was one. Thank you guys all for stopping by. I am going to go ahead and end the live, and I just appreciate all of you coming by. If you're not friends with Crazy Ed's Homestead, if you'll go to the description box, you'll find his link to his channel, and hopefully you guys got some good information. If you caught it on the end and you want to hear some of the questions about the trucker strike and the information from a trucker's perspective, if you'll go back to the beginning of the live, you will get to hear the questions I asked him about the trucker strike, possible trucker strike, and you'll get to hear the information straight from a trucker who's on the road right now. Literally, will probably stop to eat, and I don't know if this is like his bedtime or if he'll keep driving. I don't know anything about his schedule, but anyway, thank you guys. Thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate all of you. Bye, guys. Love you all.